Good afternoon, San Diego. Thanks for joining us here on CBS 8 Plus. A beautiful Saturday, very tropical out there today as we've got some clouds streaming over aloft and water temperature 71 degrees. There's some south swell heading our way. I'll tell you about that in just a second. This is a look from the campus of UCSD, the Theater District. So we're looking west over La Jolla Shores there, and it's a pretty nice afternoon out there. Got some surf heading our way. This is all from some tropical action in the eastern Pacific. High surf advisory goes in place tomorrow night, not tonight, but tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Lasts through 11 p.m. on Tuesday. So some pretty good significant waves coming in. Now, 4 to 7 feet with 9-foot sets on the south-facing beaches. Most of San Diego is looking at southwesterly breaks, but say maybe up around Oceanside, then you get up to Trestles, you could see some surf. Definitely some waves in the La Jolla Reef areas. Those 9-foot sets, you're going to have to go to the south-facing beaches. It's all from Alita. This is a tropical storm. It is not a hurricane, but it is still packing plenty of energy. Tropical storm moving north, 70-mile-per-hour winds, north-northwest at 12 miles an hour. So it's not really moving that fast, but it's tracking in a north-northwesterly direction. Typically, these storms head out into the Pacific, so we kind of get the overflow, as you were, of the energy. But watch how it moves. It moves right up. So the northwestern quadrant, meaning the top right-hand side of a tropical storm or a hurricane, is where the majority of that energy is. So the swell is going to be coming in from the southwest and south. So we're definitely going to see some waves here. Eventually it becomes post-tropical as it heads up into the central California area and it'll eventually go on shore in the Pacific Northwest. So that marine heat wave, El Nino, whole things that's starting to develop out there, that's helping that happen. For the city beaches here in San Diego, so tomorrow we'll start out like 2 to 3 feet. And then as the afternoon progresses, a 3 to 4 foot set on the south-facing beaches. And then by the time we get to the late evening, we could start to see a few forerunner sets in the 6-foot range, possibly, certainly by the time we get to Monday morning. But because this starts at 5 p.m. tomorrow night, those bigger sets will start to roll in. The tide is low in the early morning, so with that larger surf coming in, we'll have a bigger high tide at 2 o'clock of 4.8. So if you're an inexperienced swimmer or an inexperienced surfer, or you're not understanding how the ocean works, check with lifeguards, they'll give you some information. Still toasty inland, we're upper 80s currently, mid 80s in places like Alpine, El Cajon, low 80s in the Mira Mesa area, and along the coastline, it's been a really nice day, but it's been in the upper 70s. Hazy out there right now, feeling a little sticky, 67% as your humidity, the wind's light at 6 miles per hour, and the temperature 76 degrees. It's still very hot in the deserts, 110 in Palm Springs, 104 in Las Vegas, although you say, well, what's going on in Phoenix? Thunderstorms, so it's cooled down a lot. Up the coastline, 64 in Monterey, 68 in San Francisco. All right, watch this area of low pressure. This is the tropical depression that we were just talking about, Alita, and then this is going to start to track. Watch, it'll shift and come up and work its way up into the central coast. High pressure continues to be a dominant feature over the west. Now, as we put this satellite loop in motion with the radar enhancement, this is Alita, and watch how it just kind of tracks up the coastline here, moving right up. Now, because of that, the atmosphere is going to be very saturated over here, and then we're going to have the monsoonal flow. So be prepared for some sticky conditions this week. Eventually, high pressure builds back in. Alita goes into the Pacific Northwest, and we get the monsoonal flow coming into Southern California. And we'll have to wait and see, but I suspect we'll have a chance of some thunderstorms over our desert southwest. We're going with weather impact on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday along the coastline because of the elevated surf inland. Your temperatures won't be all that bad. Low 90s pretty much, 89 tomorrow, then low 90s all week long, but it's going to be more humid and we're going to have cloud deck over the top of us. So it's going to kind of feel more like you're down in Cabo or mainland Mexico or Florida for that matter. Mountains, upper 80s, and then we do get a little spike there as we get towards the end of that 7-day forecast, and your desert temperatures will also warm up. That's a look at your weather.